I was now graduating from UT according to plan and heading to law school. My life was good, normal. I was doing everything the way everyone told me to do it. Sounds reasonable, right? Looking back now, while incredibly proud of my time at UT, I realized that my biggest accomplishments and most remarkable successes have been the result of being entirely unreasonable and sometimes failing despite my best efforts. George Bernard Shaw said, "The reasonable man adapts himself to the conditions that surround him. It's the unreasonable man that adapts surrounding conditions to himself. Therefore, all progress depends on the unreasonable man." There is a fine line between being unreasonable and being crazy. A small difference between thinking out of the box and being out of your mind. And it's a risk worth taking, because the reward is great, and there are worse things in life than risking your sanity. Worse things like living your life as part of the herd of civilization, never breaking out, never pushing to new heights, and never accomplishing beyond what's part of the well-groomed plan for your life. Going into my junior year of college, I realized that I didn't want to be a programmer, and that my degree, while hard-earned, was not going to define me. I got accepted into UT School of Law and quickly enrolled. And shortly after I started law school, I realized that if I didn't act quickly, I'd end up becoming a lawyer. And so I started a web product business with some friends using the skills I learned from my computer science classes and the business principles I'd been learning in law school. I began working with small businesses here in Austin, and there I was, an entrepreneur. Not a great one. I think you have to make money to be a great entrepreneur. But I was in business. I never thought starting a business was a real option for me. But being faced with two career choices that weren't appealing, there was no time like the present. As we worked on a variety of projects for all types of businesses, we began to see opportunities to mesh technology with basic business models. We pitched an online photo gallery, a basketball gym tournament scheduler, and a Photoshop-style design tool for print companies. All were promptly rejected. Out of these failures and out of stubbornness emerged several new businesses. The naive and stubborn mentality that if we couldn't sell it, we should build it anyway. By the way, this is the opposite of what you're supposed to do. If there's no market for a product, the solution is not to use that as an indication that you should launch that product. But we built our print Photoshop website, which ultimately became BuildASign.com, my company today, and tried again to sell it, but we couldn't give it away. Professionals in the industry thought it was a horrible idea, so being the great listeners, savvy businessmen that we were, we decided to launch it ourselves. We spent $100 on Google AdWords, which was gone in about 3 seconds. We got 0 orders, and oh well, we tabled it. Out of laziness, we had left the site up, and a couple of months later, randomly got an order from somewhere in the middle of Illinois. And the next day, a second order came through the site. We could only guess that the buyers had come through during our 3 seconds of ads. And so we went back and started again. Why not give it another go? We had done so well the first time. This time, though, shockingly, we had some success. We began sourcing our orders to a local print shop, and as our volume grew, I began working for free at their shop to get our orders out, while still paying them for the free work that I was doing. As our volume continued to grow, they gave us a key, and we came in every night and worked from 7 p.m. to 4 a.m. just to get our orders out on time, often sleeping on the floor and taking shifts, bringing friends and family to work with us, while bribing them with beer. We eventually opened up our own shop in 2006 as I was graduating from law school and began manufacturing our own products. In that first year, we did over $3 million in revenue and have grown without investment to $80 million and 300 employees. By the way, for all of the aspiring entrepreneurs out there, the best place to eat when you have no money is Chewy's, because the chips are free, and if you know what time of day to go, so is the queso. Entrepreneurship is one of those words that's hard to define. Some people say that it's the thing crazy people do with their time. Others say that it's the label chosen to disguise the fact that you're unemployed. Some define it as the self-made man or woman. It means non-stop and tireless work with only the hope of future repayment. It is the hardest thing I've ever done, and it is the best thing I've ever done. It has led to my most frustrating and angry moments, and also to my happiest and most rewarding moments. It is a path of extremes, and one that I would force on no one, and yet one I hope everyone chooses to experience. But being unreasonable does not have to mean going in a different direction with your life plan like I did. You might be really happy with where you're going. What it means is breaking out, challenging yourself and others, asking questions, and pushing the limits. I'm now doing what I love every day, and I get to be unreasonable all the time. We experiment in everything we do as business and as people. It's one of the best ways of improving, evolving, and advancing forward. If you remember one thing from my talk today, remember, be unreasonable. Go against the grain. Follow your heart, trust your instincts, because all progress depends on the unreasonable man. Thank you.